I assure you sloths are not on this list. You'll never catch... oh crap. There are two types of criminals in this world. Those who were born into a life of crime and those who get into it later in life. And then there are the third kind. The animal kind. Crimes are committed every single day by a variety of people, be it for robbery, drug dealing, or even murder. And of course, we know just what to do with those people. We throw them in jail. But what happens when animals are the ones who commit the crimes?
They don't make handcuffs small enough for their little paws.
I mean, for real, does a grizzly bear get the same punishment a human would get for stealing a car? Cause yeah, that happened. Well, today I'm going to let you decide for yourself, because here are 10 unbelievable crimes committed by animals. Number 1 is the shoplifting seagull. Our first thieving animal is a repeat offender. There's a seagull in Aberdeen, Scotland, nicknamed Sam, that takes scavenging to a whole new level. The bird quietly watches a local R.S. McCall store, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Once customers have cleared and the worker is behind the till, Sam quickly waddles into the store, snatches a bag of Doritos from the closest shelf, and then runs off to share them with his feathered friends. And he allegedly steals the same flavor almost every time. In fact, some customers have even taken it upon themselves to buy that flavor of chip and hand it off to the bird because they find it so comical. Well, looks like I'm blaming you next time a bird on my car. You can pay for the car wash. Number 2 is the cat burglar. Oscar, an 11-year-old cat from Auckland, New Zealand, has been the darker half of a strange sock-based Robin Hood story for many years. He has allegedly stolen over 3,000 socks from clotheslines, baskets, and pretty much anywhere else he can get his little paws on. The strangest thing is that the cat then brings everything back to its owner, Paul Wei-Poi, who decided that it was pretty pointless to try to hunt down all the owners of the socks. No, he doesn't live in a house full of socks. He decided to donate them to charity. Although Oscar the cat seems to favor socks, it's not the only apparel that he steals. Sometimes he brings home bras and underwear, which of course has raised questions about the cat's owner. Why is it that he seems to have been trained to grab women's knickers? But hey, maybe he likes to play dress up. Who am I to judge? Some people just like putting the lotion on the skin. Number 3 is the Vandal octopus. The intelligence of the octopus is often shown to be quite high. Otto, an octopus at the aquarium in Coburg, Germany, was unimpressed with the way the staff had chosen to light the tanks. So in an act of vandalism to stop the light from shining into his tank, Otto actually shot a stream of water at the light, turning it off, but also shorting the power of the entire aquarium, putting himself and the other aquatic inhabitants in danger. Fortunately, workers were able to get the power back up before anything disastrous happened, and the light has now been raised a bit, but Otto is always there, lurking, looking at that light, ready to grab his tentacles and go any day now. Number 4 is the moose helicopter attack. Now, I'd imagine that we've all heard about a mishap involving a moose and probably a car or some other vehicle. But on May 3rd, 2007, a moose decided to bring down an aircraft. A biologist in Gustavus, Alaska ran into a surprise while tracking a moose from a low-flying helicopter. After trying to sedate the moose with tranquilizing darts, the biologist, Kevin White, only angered the beast, which charged forward, jumping at the tail of the low-flying chopper, bringing it down to the cold ground. Now, unbelievably, neither the pilot nor White were injured in the ordeal, but the moose, on the other hand, had to be put down because its injuries were too bad. Well, yeah, man, it ran into a spinning blade. After that, it was moose jerky. Moose jerky. Number 5 is the Baboon Gang. South Africa saw a strange influx of car raids when Fred, the leader of a new gang, hit the street between 2009 and 2011. Yeah, the thing is, Fred was a baboon native to Cape Town who led a troop of over 29 other baboons through the streets. This all on the days leading up to the 2009 World Cup. The gang of baboons broke into cars searching for food, nabbing all that they could grab their hands on. Fred's crazy spree came to an end on the 25th of March, 2011 when he was captured by authorities and unfortunately euthanized for the crimes he had committed. What is this world coming to when the young baboon youth of this world can't just get themselves a banana? Sad times we live in. Number 6 is the orangutan pirate. Ooh, ooh, arr. Being an orangutan raised in a camp, Princess learned important skills like sign language and, well, piracy. Princess was a notorious canoe thief, stealing canoes to get across the river and get food, then promptly deserting the canoes after they had served their purpose. So the locals thought that they would outsmart the orangutan by tying up their boats. However, Princess quickly learned how to untie them. Eventually, canoe owners in the area literally had to start weighing down their boats with rocks, sinking them until they needed them out of desperation to stop the thefts. Ultimately, this worked and stopped Princess's wild pirate spree. You know, stealing canoes isn't even that bad. At least it shows a lot of intelligence. At least she isn't running around eating people's faces. Number 7 is the monkey activist. Most monkeys only care about bananas and poop flinging, but as it turns out, Indian monkeys also seem to have an interest in politics. In what could almost be called a political assassination attempt, a monkey assaulted an Indian politician on the 20th of October 2007. What did he do? He pushed him off his balcony. The politician, SS Bajwa, suffered serious head injuries in the fall. This was the first in a long run of monkey problems for the Indian capital of Delhi, and it wasn't long before it was proposed that a group of monkeys be trained to combat the evil monkeys terrorizing the city. That's not a joke. Number 8 is the heretic rooster. In medieval times, no one was safe from heretic accusations, not even animals. Allow me to take you back to a crazier time. In 1474, a chicken who was mistaken for a rooster was tried for heresy after laying an egg. See, the people believed that the egg would hatch into a cockatrice, which is a mythical dragon-like creature with a rooster's head. The rooster was tried in the town of Basel, Switzerland, and was executed for its apparently heinous act. Upon execution, they also found 3 more eggs inside of the animal. Of course, they thought it was an issue of utmost importance due to the belief that rooster eggs were prominent in witchcraft. Because hey, obviously they're gonna hatch into more cockatrices. There's a new word for your vocabulary, cockatrice. You're welcome. Number 9 is the bear car theft. On a vacation to Lake Tahoe, California, the McCarthy family received an alarming awakening after a bear snuck into their 2002 Toyota Prius at 3 a.m. The bear was thrashing wildly, trying to escape, and accidentally knocked the shift from park to neutral, and then, well, went for a ride. The animal took a trip, eventually crashing into some boulders. Eventually, it managed to escape the car and fled into the woods. The owner of the car, Brian McCarthy, said that he had no idea what the bear was doing in the car because he kept no food in there. You see that? Next thing you know, grizzlies are gonna be an unlockable player in GTA. Honey and bear poop everywhere. And number 10 is a crocodile hijacking. On August 25th, 2010, around 1 p.m., a flight approaching the Bandundu airport in the Democratic Republic of Congo crashed into a house, killing 20 people. But as you could probably guess, not because of technical difficulties. After originally boarding the plane, nobody seemed to have noticed the giant moving duffel bag that one passenger had brought on the plane with him. You know, that wasn't until the bag was torn open and a giant crocodile burst out. Oh my god! The animal threw itself around the plane's cabin, causing all of the passengers to, understandably, panic like hell and ran for the cockpit, the only thing that seemed safe at the time. However, this caused a sudden huge shift in weight in the aircraft and it went down less than a kilometer from the runway. Its hijacking mission now complete, the crocodile waddled away from the wreckage, only to be later killed by a guy with a machete. I'm sorry, I don't have love for what this thing did, but the fact that it's a crocodile that survived a plane crash, to me, means that it should live. It is a prehistoric monster that deserves to live. Let it go on its way. Eat some people. Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, and maybe you got a little chuckle out of it, I'd very much appreciate it if you click that like button. And of course, if you want to learn more, be sure to check out my sources in the description. And remember to add me to Snapchat. My username is Matthew Santoro. The easiest way to do that is to scan the code right there with your phone. And don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel by clicking right there. And of course, subscribe to this channel for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.